Hello, welcome to Beginning Engineers. Today I'm going to be talking about a lockout, tagout. Keep it safe. Lockout, tagout, regardless of how you refer to it, is a safety procedure heavily used in industry to ensure that machines cannot be activated or energized. You'll hear that a lot in the OSHA regulations when they are not intended to be. Lockout, tagout is primarily used during maintenance or startup activities, typically when your maintenance team or design engineers are involved. During normal production, the machine's operating just fine. There's no reason you need to shut it down. The locks and tags function as both a way to physically prevent access, because it's a lock, and also visually alert others to the inactive state of the equipment, the de-energized state of the equipment. So it's both a practical and a visual tool. Why should you use lockout tagout? Well, first of all, safety. Lockout tagout is estimated to save around 100 lives a year and prevent thousands of injuries. But beyond the obvious moral implications, death and injuries lead to additional onboarding costs and labor hours lost. In the United States, at least, you'll see those signs that say number of lost time accidents this year, because every time an injury occurs, there is the potential for it to waste time. And even if you don't care about people at all, and you're just a cartoonish, greedy business owner, hiring new people, if your previous people were injured, it costs money to train them, and if your people are getting injured and wasting productive labor time, that costs money to you. So it's good to invest in this procedure. The investment is very small. You're talking locks and tags. This isn't expensive upgrades you have to make to stay compliant with OSHA or your country's version of OSHA, which is usually what makes business upset with safety regulations. Tags and locks are affordable, and what you're saving with it makes them more than pay for themselves. Where does lockout tagout come from? In the United States, it's been a requirement since January of 1990. OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, has the Control of Hazardous Energy Lockout Tagout, Title 29, Code of Federal Regulations, CFR, Part 1910.147, and Section C1 of that regulation says Energy Control Program. The employer shall establish a program consisting of energy control procedures, employee training, and periodic inspections to ensure that before any employee performs any servicing or maintenancing on a machine or equipment where the unexpected energizing, startup, or release of stored energy could occur and cause injury, the machine or equipment shall be isolated from the energy source and rendered inoperative. So equally as important as the actual physical lock and physical tag is the training program so that your employees know what lockout tagout is, and those who are going to be performing the maintenance activities are properly trained. There are multiple parts to this regulation, but I'll just focus on a few of them for this video. Section C2II, C22, if an energy isolating device is capable of being locked out, the employer's energy control program under paragraph C1 of this section shall utilize lockout, unless the employer can demonstrate that the utilization of a tagout system will provide full employee protection as set forth in paragraph C3 of this section. So essentially, if you have a device that gets energized, it has to be locked out if maintenance is being performed, unless you can reasonably prove that a tag is good enough. 1910.147 C2II C23, after January 2nd, 1990, so we're about 30 years past that now, whenever replacement or major repair, renovation, or modification of a machine or equipment is performed, and whenever new machines or equipment are installed, energy isolating devices for such machine or equipment shall be designed to accept a lockout device. So you can't have new equipment that's not capable of being locked out after this regulation went into effect. Or if you were making a significant repair or upgrade to your current equipment, you had to make sure that it can now be locked out. Section C4I, procedures shall be developed, documented, and utilized for the control of potentially hazardous energy when employees are engaged in the activities covered by this section. So again, make sure you have a procedure and make sure people are trained on it. So what are some good steps to have in your procedure? Well, European Standard EN 501101-1 actually outlines 5 steps that are required as part of the safety procedure. Step 1, disconnect completely. Step 2, secure against reconnection. That makes sense. You don't want someone plugging the machine in while you're working on it. Step 3, verify that the installation is dead. Also a great no-brainer. If the machinery still is moving around, even though you think you've disconnected it, there's energy in the system somehow. And again, that energy can hurt you. You want to make sure things are de-energized. Step 4, carry out earthing and short-circuiting. And step 5, provide protection against adjacent live parts. So steps 4 and 5 are really ensuring that there's nothing dangerous about the electrical circuit setup, the paths the electricity can take or use to get back into the machinery. Really make sure the system is isolated and de-energized. The high-level U.S. components for meeting the OSHA regulation, so these are more about the procedure from a high level. Lockout-tagout procedures are documented. There's lockout-tagout training for authorized employees and affected employees. So whether you're doing the work or you deal with the machine that's being worked on, you need to know. A lockout-tagout policy, so a program, the actual lockout-tagout devices and locks, and lockout-tagout auditing. So every 12 months, every procedure must be reviewed, as well as a review of the employees who are involved with the procedures. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you now understand what lockout-tagout is, why it's beneficial, how the procedures work, and a bit about the regulations so that you can help ensure your workplace is following lockout-tagout, because it really is a simple process with a very high ROI. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I do about a video a month on a variety of engineering topics. Also, if you have a suggestion for a good video, you can leave that in the comments and I may actually make a video on that topic and give you a shout out. Have a great day!